We could have got their game 4 or something.
I mean, if we really wanted to, we could make them play sequentially and just get all the matches right.
That would be kind of awful. So, here's a Delver mirror. I know you've all been waiting for that. Charles Gindy, but this is...
Don't feed the fish, Joseph.
Don't feed the fish. Why are you mentioning fish? That's tomorrow.
Really?
It's
tomorrow. What would be the topic for that?
Legacy.
Legacy. Fish. What does that have to do with anything we might have asked? Or...
I have no idea what you're talking about, Michael J. Flores.
I so rarely have any idea what I'm talking about either. But in this case, I feel like there might be something.
Yeah, from Twitter, Bryce Menard mentions, if Gindy and Reed win, this is probably the best SCG Open top 4 of all time, right? I mean, it is a pretty big one. I mean, I don't have them all laid out in front of me.
Beatdown Benny is a
in the top 4.
U.S. Nationals finalist and Grand Prix finalist. Reed's a Grand Prix champion and Mox champion. Cho's a Pro Tour top 8 player. And, I mean, Gindy's a national and Pro Tour winner. I think that Phraner has to do the right thing. I mean, I didn't realize this was just going to be the greatest top 4 of all time. I was going to put him away.
Okay, here's a Gitaxian probe.
And Gindy's on the play.
Planeswalker, creature, lands.
So he's got none of his stuff's fast, and he has no fixing.
Oh, so Tameo, Restoration Angel, Geist of Saint Traft, Phantasmal Image.
But Charles paid for that Gitaxian probe.
With mana?
I think that paying for the Gitaxian probe is underdone. One man's opinion.
Well, Charles Gindy agrees with you there.
Yeah.
He went ahead and did that himself. Paid the mana for it. Draws an island.
Mana. You know that's a Hawaiian word for magical energy. Most people mispronounce it. I say mana as well sometimes because I come from the West or whatever, but it's not the correct way to say it.
My first exposure to the word mana was from Secret of Mana, the video game, the RPG, and then I started playing Magic, and I was like, hey, look, mana again. This game's awesome. And Gindy says, show me your hand again, and he's drawn Vapor Snag. So Phraner replaced the Glacial Fortress with the Vapor Snag, but otherwise same hand. And otherwise no play from Gindy. That time he played. He paid life for the.
Maybe he was like digging for a snap.
Well, I guess he figures.
So like, life expectancy on Geists is going to be low in this game.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. So, Sword of War and Peace, Phraner just drew that. Trying to see, what do you do here? Just go ahead and slam a Geist, just try it, or try to slam a sword? I don't think you want to slam a sword yet. I'm more willing to slam Geist, and so is Phraner. And Geist resolves. And now Gindy top decks Geist. Pretty sure that was what he top decked. Plays an island, and
I would be inclined to play
4
hero.
Blade Hold.
Geist can't really attack. I mean, if he's got a snag, that'd be alright. I mean, he can copy the hero, right?
He can copy the hero, and he has a snag, so he can actually copy hero, snag hero, if he wants.
So if he copies hero, snags hero, that's a disaster. But if he just copies hero, it's not that bad.
Copy your hero.
Oh, he's going to
snag your hero. He's going to go ahead and get in for 6 here.
So full-on disasters. Yep.
Yeah. And misstep from Charles Gindy takes out the Vapor Snag.
Never mind about that disaster, because Gindy's just going to kill the Phantasmal Image, probably, right? There's no hero to worry about on the other side. That was a sick little mental misstep.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about that card. Apparently, a lot of people do. I think it's actually, well, it feels to me like it's underplayed.
Which one, Mental Misstep?
Mental Misstep, yeah.
I agree. I think it's really good in Delver.
Delver of Secrets from Gindy off the top. And 1, 2, 3, Geist of Saint Traft. Legend Roll.
That to death.
Vapor Snag.
Take 100. So what is it?
7?
4, 7, yeah. And then probably finish off with a Delver, right? Yeah.
Yep.
For good measure.
And the board position has swung entirely the other side.
I don't think it actually did swing. I think that Gindy sculpted that position.
Yeah, but it's It's just interesting how the turn started and how it ended.
Yeah. I think Gindy knew exactly what was going to happen.
I'm sure
actually.
Gindy did. He could see what cards were in his hand.
Yeah, so.
We can't quite see that. Island from Phraner, and he has Sword of War and Peace, Tamiyo. Couldn't quite see what else was there.
He's probably going to play Tamiyo on lockdown.
Yeah, so there's a Tamiyo.
The big guy, but
sure,
whatever,
Tamiyo resolves. And lock down the hero.
I mean,
sure.
I'd almost be inclined to draw 3 cards. Right?
Yeah, I actually think I would too. Like,
it's
that's not, you draw 3 and absorb a little bit of damage. No flip.
So Tamiyo's at 5. So actually, it's not dead this turn. No, not that I know of. He had flipped that Delver, would have been sick. And so you think he'll send them all on Tamiyo?
Looks like he did, yeah. Everybody at Tamiyo. Play Geist of St. Draft.
Tamiyo's interesting.
Tamiyo, yeah. Are you saying this game or Tamiyo?
Tamiyo's interesting.
Yeah.
I
like Tamiyo. Socks with sandals.
Thought about playing it in Delver Mirror. But it seems like it's had some impact.
Yeah.
It's like saved him quite a bit of life already.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it in a Delver Mirror. It's I mean, it's obviously not very good against Geist of St. Draft, but it's great against the Hero of Bladehold. I
mean, figure if he hadn't played it, he would have taken 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, he'd be at 1 if he hadn't played it. So.
That's true, yeah.
Seems like it's probably had a pretty decent impact.
The Moon Sage. Alright. Thinking. Tamiyo gonna draw some cards. Yeah, so there's the draw 4 cards option from Tamiyo. That's a lot of cards. I mean, it was a tidings, right?
I mean, but the thing is, like, you got to ask yourself, what am I digging to, right?
There's a Ponder from Phraner.
He didn't have enough cards. Yeah. I mean,
not enough.
Like, you take a line like that, you got to be able to, get somewhere that is gonna make it productive.
Well, 4 cards is gonna help make it.
Does it?
Right?
He has no battlefield position.
Right, but I mean, he needs to get a battlefield position, right? So if he doesn't have it in his hand, he hopes it's on the top of his library, or he doesn't have a way to deal with the board.
So does he have a Phantasmal Image?
He
can
does.
Kill the Geist.
Yeah.
Or maybe make his own.
Make his own copy. Yeah.
No, his own copy. Well, I think he's pretty far behind the Hero of Bladehold now. Like, if he doesn't contain the Hero of Bladehold, he might just. This might be it, Like,
yeah. And there's the death of Geist of St. Draft in the form of Phantasmal Image.
I think if he's got a Vapor Snag, he might still be in this.
An illusion killed a spirit. It's very, very intangible things happening down there on the board.
No doubt, yeah. So.
And a Vapor Snag for the Hero of Bladehold.
Apparently is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some answers. And there's a Delver, which he has set up to flip off of the Ponder that he cast earlier this turn.
Well, let's see if this one flips first.
And it does, off of a Ponder that
very nice.
Gindy may cast this turn.
So, Gindy's probably going to swing for 5, right? Don't see much reason to hold back those tokens. Ponder. Oh, if he gets a gut shot here. Oh, that's a
mental misstep on the other end.
5.
Those of you just joining us, I'm Joey Pasco in the booth with Michael J. Flores, and we're watching Charles Gindy versus Ryan Phraner in Game 3 of the quarterfinals of the StarCityGames.com Open Series here in DC. And we've already got a stacked top 4. And we're going to see if Gindy makes
We're going to see if it's the best ever.
Kind of the most stacked top 4 ever. In
it might already
SCG.
be a pretty
It may be. I mean, we're going to find out.
I mean, he is a Pro Tour champion.
Yes. So, Hero of Bladehold for Gindy, which of course we knew he had, because it was bounced last turn.
Repeatedly.
He replays that one, and Ryan Phraner now.
Are we watching Trampoline? we were watching that last night.
Yeah, we were watching Trampoline last night.
It was
It's just
like a
like
trampoline.
bounce. It's like it's there, it's up, it's there, it's up. But Phraner did flip his Delver this turn. If there is anything to be said for the position that he's in right now, at least the Delver flipped.
Well, that's something.
I mean, it is, right? His Delver flipped. He resolved his Ponder. He is shuffling, and maybe he top decks something that can get him out of this.
Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Mage could do it. I don't know what he's got in his hand. He's got sort of War and Peace, so he could... I mean, Gindy's tapped out. He could play and equip a Sword of War and Peace and connect with it.
Well, how many cards does he have in hand?
Looks like 4, and so he would have 3.
3, so you go to 11. And then the counter strike is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14.
Too much.
Way too much. I mean, maybe he has like something to absorb one attacker.
Yeah.
I mean, he might.
He's got a Restoration Angel. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and play Sword and equip. So he's gonna do this. Gindy at 15 with, I believe, only 1 card in Gindy's hand. I mean, it doesn't look like much. It could be 2, maybe 3, but it looks like a one card just sitting there. Believe Gindy just won that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that was the concession, right? Gindy won, right?
It's weird, you know. We're watching. I can't. I'm guessing because Phraner just, you know, put his
Made
hand
like
on
a
his head like that.
nonsense play.
Yeah, it was.
It looks like Gindy's smiling, so.
Yeah, it does look a lot more like Gindy won, but.
So.
Yeah, this is like so awkward too when when there's like this situation here between players, and it looks like one is winning, right? But then you don't actually see it happen. You're like, did we miss something?
Well, I mean,
or,
Gindy's counter strike is greater than 11.
yeah, I mean, it looked.
Right, Phraner's tapped
all
out.
signs point to Gindy winning. Okay,
Gindy won.
It's just weird
Just to
when
be
one
clear.
guy attacks and then there's a concession, and you're like, well, wait, the guy just attacked. Did he win?
I
right?
understand
Like,
where you're coming from. I
it's
think he
very
just